Welcome to Baldur's Gate Baddies, a new podcast in the Dungeons and Gamers series. I'm Bryce, the Dungeon Master, and I'm joined by these awesome adventurers.
I'm Beckers. I play Merina, the Satyr Bard.
I'm Jazz. I play Spark, the Tabaxi Paladin.
I'm Miranda. I play Jin, the Changeling Ranger.
And now, on with the adventure. It is the morning after your night at the tavern. You have gone back to the Crimson Claw's base and had a nice rest in your room. Which one of you do you think wakes first?
I think Jin gets up early.
Okay. You wake in your room. Tell me a little bit about what your room looks like. You each have your own little room-sized rooms. Not anything like extravagant, just a nice little room to yourself.
There's like a lot of pillows and like soft things, and the whole room is kind of like the walls have like sheets on them and shit to like make it softer in there and stuff.
Okay.
But otherwise, it's just like a normal room. She has like a little trinket that reminds her of her mom. And like a beer left over from last night, sitting on the table. But otherwise, she's just chill.
Little nightcap to help you get to sleep. Okay. You wake up first, and you can hear some clattering coming from the kitchen area. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go check it out. Clattering sounds like food.
As you make your way to the kitchen / dining area, basically the stove is basically next to a big table where people will eat. Ben, the Goliath ranger who is been in the Crimson Claws for long before any of you joined. He's stewing some stew at the oven, while he seems to be struggling with one hand to stew, while his other hand seems like it's busy. He has his back to you as you enter the room.
Okay, I'll ask if he needs any help. Hey Ben, good morning. Need any help?
As you walk up to him, you can hear some kind of quiet cooing, and he kind of turns his head and goes yeah, can you stew this for me? As he in his busy hand, he is holding a owlbear cub that he has kind of cradled in one arm. And he goes, I found them this morning when I was checking out in the woods. I guess a group of adventurers killed its mom, so I'm trying to take care of it. But I haven't got a pen for it about back yet, and it's a lot. But if you could help with the stew,
yeah. Is that a good idea? Is that safe to have an owlbear?
I mean,
in the clubhouse or whatever.
It's
I mean, yeah, I'll stir the stew.
It's probably more safe than the griffin I used to have. I guess on scale of my animals, that's what I guess at the cub farm, it's probably a 3, really.
You know what, Ben? If that suits you.
You know that Ben is very much one to take in any sort of stray animals that he'll find out in the woods. It doesn't really matter if it's owl bear or a muskrat. If he sees an animal in need, he'll usually try and bring it back and nurse it.
Okay.
Is Ben cute?
He is a large, fairly muscular Goliath. He's got like shaved head and a little bit of like tattoo markings like on his head, kind of and kind of like light gray skin.
We all know being really good to animals is +2 to cuteness. So.
Yeah.
Who do you think is the next one to wake up?
It could be me. I mean, it's fine.
Speaking of which, how are you feeling after your night last night?
Feeling good. I'm feeling jazzed.
Okay. I know that Merina can be a bit of a partier, but they were performing last night, so they were, toned it down a little bit.
Yeah, she had to put on a good show. She was having a good time. She went home at a reasonable hour with her pals because she didn't close down the bar or anything. Tavern.
Okay, as you wake, what do you see while looking around your room?
There's like hella plants in there, like a bunch of plants and flowers and stuff. Just because it's nice, it's homey to Merina. A few extra instruments because I have proficiency in several instruments. I forget what they are. Bagpipes. There's definitely some bagpipes in there. I remember I picked those. Okay. Yeah, just like various little things. Maybe like a crayon drawing on the wall from one of her admirers. That kind of stuff. Yep, that's it. So she's gonna head out of her room.
Okay. You
brush her hair.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. I rolled a 18, which with my modifier is 21.
Okay.
Fat.
As you kind of wake and just kind of like wake up, you have been able to hear, like, not only do you smell the breakfast stew cooking, you have also been able to basically make out most of this conversation due to the kind of thin walls of the so the Crimson Claws hideout or hangout or however, it used to be a large warehouse that has basically been remodeled to be able to house the housing area where people sleep, the pens that Ben keeps his animals in. Whatever the gang kind of needs, they're just like, we'll put up some walls there, and this is the gym. Yeah, sure. But like, it's not like it wasn't built for this. It's mostly just like some thin walls to be like, this is Marina's bedroom now. So the walls are thin enough that you were basically able to make out a fair bit of that conversation down the hall. And so yeah, you know that there's food being made, and there's an owl bear in the kitchen.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check out that owl bear cub.
As you make your way out to the dining kitchen area, you see that Jin is now stewing the stew themselves, while Ben is kind of like rocking the owl bear in his arms, and like the owl bear looks fairly like tired, but also like fairly agitated when Ben tries to kind of like bring his fingers close to the owl bear. It like kind of tries to like snap at them a little bit. He looks up as he sees you enter the room, and he goes, "Oh, good morning, Merina. There's stew."
And there's an owl bear. Can I come see your bear?
Yeah, don't get too close. I think they're hungry. I'll be honest, I don't know what owl bears eat.
People.
Does Jin actually say that?
Yes, from like over her. She's like stirring the stew. She's like, people, and then goes back to stirring.
Ben kind of like looks over at at Jin kind of with like a little bit of a upset look, and he goes, I'm pretty sure they're only like that one because dumbass adventurers decide to wander into their nests and bother them. Like, I'm sure they'd eat fish as he looks down at the at the cub or something.
Yeah, that'd probably be good.
As all this is going down, Linda has been kind of like finishing up her stew at the end of the table. Just kind of like quietly just like eating her stew while like everyone's excited about the owl bear. She's just been like, okay. As she gets up, she makes her way over to Jin and grabs a fresh bowl. She kind of like scoots up to Jin and goes, "Can I grab some?"
Yeah, of course.
And
pour her some.
Yeah, and get some and she goes, the boss is brooding again, so I'll bring him some food to his office. Once Spark and the rest of you are ready, can you stop by my desk? We got a quick job for you. But good to see you guys are looking well. I know you were out last night, but good thing everything stayed good. And she just kind of like gives you a smile as she walks back towards her desk, and you're basically on the second floor of the hideout. Her desk is up on the third floor, along with her desk is right outside Claw's like big office. So that's where you'll find her. Spark. After all of this going on, you are most certainly awake with all the like clamoring about the owl bear. Tell me a little bit about your room.
Spark has a canopy bed that I imagine she cobbled together herself. Not the bed, but like the posts that hold up the canopy. I assume the beds don't come with that, so she put that together herself. The room is super, super neat. She has a little like her shield is hanging on the wall, and so is her sword and little like holsters. She has a large collection of sea glass on her dresser, I guess. But it's all super organized, well put together. Everything's in the right spot.
All right. You would know that there is a lot of noise going on over by the dining room. You want to make your way over there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. You see the scene of Ben holding an owlbear while Merina basically like looks on in awe, and Jin kind of like stewing the stew while Ben is just kind of like trying to coax it to calm down the owlbear to calm down a little bit.
I'll walk up to Jin at the stew pot. You're like, owlbear this week, huh?
Yeah, it's always something.
I'll ladle myself, or I'll have a bowl.
I'll ladle you some food. I'll feed you.
Oh, thank you so much. I suppose I noticed the owlbear's a little fussy. What's in the stew?
It's Ben. So are you asking Ben, or are you asking me, the game master?
I suppose I'm asking you what I see in the stew.
Okay, so in that case, give me a perception check.
Ooh.
Mystery stew. All right.
What is in this stew? Oh, that's not bad. I rolled 14 plus 1, so 15.
You know that this is basically Ben's normal like forage stew of whatever like spices and stuff he found while he was like trekking out in the woods, and there is meat in it. You know he is not a vegetarian. He just like knows that, like, you know, there is a cycle to life, and like a baby creature that is hurt is not like they're outside the cycle. They need to be taken care of and you know get taken care of before we see them as like meat or anything like that. But if a creature has died, and then it would be wasteful for them to just ignore meat.
Yeah. In which case, I'm gonna walk up to Ben and Marina, and I'm gonna like spear a piece of meat with a claw, and kind of hold it up. And be like, "Is he hungry?"
As you kind of like bring it down, the owl bear like starts to like snap towards it, but then like as it gets closer, he kind of like gets like fussy and like he turns his head away from it. So he did not seem pleased with the meat in the stew.
Well, I'll pop it off my own claw and eat it. And be like, I don't know anything about owlbears. I just wanted to help.
Ben just smiles and goes, "It's appreciated." It sounds like you have a job from Linda later. While you guys are out, can you stop by the pet store? Hopefully they might know what owlbears eat. There's an exotic pet store that's down south of here if you want to stop while you're out. And he kind of like rummages, like with one hand he like rummages around in his pockets, and he pulls out this kind of like crystalline device with a bunch of runes carved in it, and he hands the device towards Jazz and goes, if you want to take the arcane communicator, you can just give me a call if you run into any issues while you're out there.
Sure. I take it and I put it in my pocket.
Okay. Yeah, as you know, the arcane communicators are a fairly newer device available exclusively in Baldur's Gate, where they've been put in. The local Wizards Guild has devised them to kind of replace sending stones. They'll allow you to just like straight up like call someone and have direct communication as long as you know their Aether code. And they're powered through the different towers that are being placed around Baldur's Gate. Basically like cell towers.
We love a magical cell phone.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Spark now has an arcane communicator. Is there anything else you guys want to do during this breakfast time?
I'm gonna finish stewing, and then like I'm wearing like casual sleeping clothes, so I'm gonna go put on like actual go out and do thing clothes, so I'm not fighting in my pajamas.
Spark was also in like casual like sleepy clothes. Or are you also like gearing up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll grab my stuff just in case.
Okay. And then you guys want to make your way to Linda?
Yeah.
Marina sleeps in the nude, so she's wearing her regular clothes now.
Okay, then. I mean, like satyrs are very hairy. Like
I mean, it's just a shirt. Yeah. All she's wearing is a shirt.
I'm like 90% of the times you see a satyr, I'm pretty sure they're naked.
Yeah. Well, she's a lady, and she's got to be walking around Baldur's Gate, so she wears a shirt when she leaves her room.
Okay, so you guys make your way up to Linda. And Linda, as you walk up, she's kind of like writing down stuff on a piece of paper. And she smiles as she sees you guys make your way up the steps. And she goes, good to see you guys again. Are you ready?
Born ready.
As we can be.
And she goes, as you know, we offer protection to many of the businesses in our district. Just kind of informal agreement. We keep them safe from the other gangs, make sure the the flames don't hassle them or anything. We take care of the people in our district, and they take care of us. But there's 3 businesses that haven't paid their protection money this month. So if you guys just want to go stop down and get that from them, I guess just check in and make sure everything's fine. And if they have any issues, if you want to handle that for them, but should be pretty easy. She takes a piece of paper that's like a few pieces of papers deep on her her desk is just basically covered in different piles of paper as she kind of rummages around and finds the list, and she hands you a list. It reads, these businesses haven't sent in their protection money yet. Peanuts, Potions and Such, Hardware Harry's, and the Egg and Hole. And it's just signed Linda. Before you left, Ben also mentioned that the exotic pet store was called the Head and Tails Exotic Pets. And she goes, well, I think that's all you need to know. Just let us know when you get back with their money, and we'll, of course, give you your cut. And she just kind of smiles and goes back to writing stuff. Now, what would you guys like to do?
Which one's closest to the pet store?
Well, so do you want to go to the pet store first, or do you want to go to?
I figure I was gonna suggest going to the business closest to the pet store, and then the pet store after that, and then we kind of map out our route.
The pet store.
Are we going to need to bring something back from the pet store?
You're going to need to bring back food for the owlbear.
So shouldn't we go there last?
I mean, you could feasibly stuff whatever it is in your bag.
True.
But yeah,
Unless
up to
it's
you guys how you want to handle
a human.
People.
Yeah, Jen was right. They eat people.
Oh, we can call. I don't know. We have a cell phone. I'm excited about it.
She just wants to use the cell phone.
Yeah.
Whatever. We can go there last. That's fine.
She's gonna call them. She's gonna go 10 feet outside and be like, "Hey, I just want to see how you're doing." Sorry, I haven't got to use an arcane communicator before. I just want to call.
Have you named the owlbear yet?
Did you want to ask him that before you had left?
Yes.
We're flashing back.
Flashback.
Ben kind of looks down at the owlbear and he goes, no. Do you have an idea?
Oh my god. Okay. I wasn't ready for this shit.
It's a lot of responsibility.
Yes, it is. Yoda. I don't know. It's endearing.
Are you a Yoda? He seems upset with that.
Oh my
Isn't that like a well-known? I don't know.
Okay, well, first of all, what types of genitals does it have? Because I don't know what I'm aiming for.
Can we determine the gender of the owlbear?
He kind of holds it now that he has access to both of his hands. He kind of tries to distract its mouth, and he kind of holds it, and he goes, "Oh, it's a girl."
Oh, princess.
And he kind of he kind of looks at you and goes, how about you think about it, and when you get back with the food, we can figure it out.
Okay. That's mission number 3.
And he just kind of smiles and goes back. Anyway, and then we come back to the present.
Okay.
So we want to go furthest first and then come in towards Owl Place or the pet shop? Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Whichever one's
I didn't-
farthest, Bryce.
I'll be honest. I didn't actually figure out, but let me look at a map and figure out where I feel like these are. I'm gonna say the food store is actually like somewhat close to the hideout. It is a place that Ben goes often.
Oh,
Because like it's he has a lot of pets.
that's why he picked this gang.
And
It's right next to the pet store.
which one of you has been in the gang the longest?
How old are we again?
How old do you want to be?
Well, I know how old I am. I don't know how old anyone else is.
I remember. I think I said I'd been in the gang for like a year and a half or 2 years.
I think I was around the same.
Okay,
I thought
I don't
Jin had
remember,
been
I'm
in
gonna be
longer than
honest.
me.
I think that might be true
Hmm.
from what we discussed.
You can canonize your answer right now.
okay, I
Well,
don't.
okay, we'll say I've been in the gang the longest. I don't know.
I'm
and how
probably the
long
shortest.
is that?
Like, if you've been here a year or two, I'll say 3 years.
Roll me a history check.
I have proficiency in history. I rolled a 4 plus 2, so 6.
You think a moment about why Ben chose like this location, and you're like, hey, it must be the pet store.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds right.
Okay. Anyway. Yeah, so the pet store is probably closest. Harry's Hardware is probably the farthest out.
Okay, pet store first. He's hungry.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you make your way to Head and Tail's Exotic Pets. They have like a big window out front with like some little like puppies and cats kind of running around. As you make your way inside, you see all sorts of different animals, both like normal ass, like, birds, and also, like a giant fish tank with what looks like fish that glow rainbow colors and
Ooh.
all sorts of like crazy animals around.
All right, I have 15 gold pieces. How much? How many animals can I buy for that? Okay, all right. Let's look for a dude or a lady, somebody who knows what they're talking about.
Anyone wearing a colored vest?
You quickly see a counter stationed on next to one wall with a cash register box sitting on the table, and behind it is a half orc person that looks like this is their shop.
Hey, man, what do you know about owl bears?
Oh, hi. Owl bears? Sorry. I'm Lolly.
Hi, I'm
The-
Merina.
Nice to meet you. Owl bears. I mean, they're, half owl, half bear. They're kind of, the adults can be kind of aggressive. What exactly are you breeding? What do you need? What do you want to know? There's a lot of.
I may have an owl bear somewhere that needs to eat, and I need to know what to feed it.
And she kind of like looks at you kind of quizzically as you say that. Kind of like, what do they mean by they have an owl bear somewhere?
And it's a little one. It's a little one, so it probably doesn't eat whole people yet.
She kind of like smiles at that, and then she goes, "Okay, an owl bear cub." And she kind of like makes her way over towards a tank where it says like tuna fish like 5 for $10, and there's like a tank of fish swimming around, and she just kind of like looks at like eyes them over and like stuffs one in a bag, and she goes, "Owlbear food."
You don't seem confident about that.
Are you sure?
Are you sure about that?
She let me have her roll. Let's see how confident she is. She looks very unsure, but she's like, yeah, this seems right.
Maybe we should check with Ben what was in that stew. Because I think he said fish. And I feel like this isn't the right answer.
You would know that it was like more beef chunks.
Beef chunks. Okay, so we could try this.
We're in the stew.
I mean,
Okay.
Owls eat fish, birds eat fish, bears eat fish. It seems legit.
It could happen.
Push them together, they eat fish.
Okay, all right, we'll buy it. What are you gonna do if it doesn't work? What do you give me if it doesn't work?
How? Nothing. How would I know it doesn't work?
So you have no guarantee for me.
Are you gonna? Will you bring me the fish back?
Yeah. If it's, not the same condition exactly, like I can't help that. I mean, I don't have a tank at home. It's gonna die. It's gonna be dead.
It's probably already dead.
Is it? He said it was in a tank.
It has
so I
been
thought
sitting in a bag for a minute now.
Well, it is. They did like scoop up water into the bag too.
Oh, okay.
They're basically it's
you
like
know, tuna fish are massive, right? Like, how big is this bag?
Two-handed bag.
It's almost like a trash bag size situation, which like they are a large half orc, so that like it doesn't seem that big to them.
Okay, length of 13 feet at maximum. I want to scale 2,000 pounds.
It's a smaller tuna fish.
Okay.
It was yeah. They were like, it's like babyish tuna fish for a babyish owlbear.
Okay, good idea. All right.
Sounds legit.
Okay, let's do it. You have any like shiny toys or anything?
They
I want to provide.
they go over by the counter and they find like a little it's like a stick with a little rope on it, and there's like a bell tied to the end of the rope that you can kind of like wave in front.
We'll take
my tail twitches a little.
Okay, so the toy and your new pet fish is gold piece.
All right, I got it. I'll do it.
Okay.
One gold piece.
And they hand you the fish in a bag and
right. I got the toy if someone else wants to grab the fish.
I'll heft the fish.
I hope that bag doesn't tear.
It's me too. Yeah, I got it. I'll heft the fish.
Okay. They do say that these bags were enchanted by the local Wizards Guild. They're supposed to keep things contained and fresh for longer than normal. So I don't know if you're
bargain.
I don't know if you're here in the city, but if you're living in the outer city, you should be fine for it'll last the day. Yeah, it'll last the day. And she kind of like smiles as she takes the gold piece and puts in their register. Thank you. Come again.
Okay.
All right. Hasta la pasta.
Right.
Let's get it going.
Do we want to go to the next place on the list? Do we want to take the fish back? What is there's some hefting involved?
Yeah, let's just drop it off and Ben can handle the situation.
Okay.
You make your way back to the hideout. You kind of look around a bit, and then you find him back in kind of his like nesting stable areas where he's kind of like grabbed some like straw and is kind of like lined it out. Like basically he kind of has a big barn type situation going, and he's kind of trying to make a little zone for the owlbear.
This is my dream home.
Inside of that. And
what other animals are in this big barn area?
At the moment it's actually like pretty sparse. He had a griffin that did its wings were hurt, and it very recently kind of like mended, and he let it loose back out in the woods. There'll be some like cats that'll like come and go as they please, and he'll kind of set out food for them. But right now he's basically just has the owlbear for its own little zone. And who presents the fish?
I let Merina take the lead, and I'm just holding the fish.
Okay. All right. We got you some stuff for the baby little bear.
Oh,
Little bear. Owl. Owl bear.
He like he's kind of like set down the owlbear in the little like nest area, and it looks like it's kind of like somewhat asleep, but like
dang it.
kind of crankily, like it's kind of turning a little bit, but it's he like they're finally got him to sleep. You got food?
Yeah. So Lolly at the pet store, she wasn't super sure about it, but tuna seemed all right. Owl bear, tuna. Sure. So here's a big fish. Yeah, and they said go for it. And I got this toy if you want to try that out, because the baby's sleeping. So. Oh,
thank you.
Yeah.
I'll start prepping the tuna for them when they wake up. Did you think of a name?
No. Nope. I'm gonna take some polls while we're around town today. I don't want to make a hasty decision. This is important.
Okay. Okay. Well, I appreciate the food. I'll see you probably at dinner tonight. So, thanks again for this. And he kind of like takes the tuna and kind of like heads up to the kitchen to start like chopping it up into little chunks for the owlbear
sushi
cub to eat.
Okay.
Okay. You one job done. Now you got to go get some protection money.
Go be a racket.
Yeah.
What's closest? Want to just go to that?
Yeah. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want the closest? Probably the egg and hole is the closest.
What on earth is this business? I can't.
Yeah, it's hard to determine.
It's gotta be like a tavern, maybe.
As you get close, you distinctively smell eggs and bacon and just like breakfast food wafting out, and there is just like a on the side of the building is just a picture of like eggs and bacon, and it says the egg and hole.
I guess I'll like walk in with these two in tow and try to find like the owner.
At this point, it's been a bit since breakfast time, so like it's honestly kind of quieted down at this point, and there's maybe like a couple patrons still finishing their kind of late breakfast, chilling in at the little tables, but behind the counter there is a elf woman standing there, and she greets you and goes, table for 3?
We're looking to talk to the owner, actually.
Oh, you want to talk to Mel? He's making the food. Do you need him now?
Yes.
Now would be good.
She kind of like looks through the little like window where you'll like pass food out that's been made, and she goes, "Hey, Mel, there's a group here to see you." And he kind of like peeks his head through the little window and recognizes the three of you, and goes, yeah, I'll be right there." And he kind of like turns off the oven, like brushes the like grease off his hands on his apron, and he comes out from the back room and goes, "How can I help you today?"
I have a question. Are we like, is there some like a pin or a color we wear to determine we're with the Crimson Claws? Like, would he look at us and like identify like, oh, these are gang members?
Yeah.
So remember that like you guys are, very much part of this community in a sense
Okay.
that like people would recognize you because you are part of the community, both as like, as a gang, but you're almost like a gang that people are okay with because the other options are worse. So they're
Okay.
like, "Hey, Crimson Claws, we, as long as we're not like dealing with, the flames or anybody else, there's way worse options than paying the Crimson Claws for protection."
Okay.
Do we know Mel then? She said he recognizes us. Do we know him?
You would give me a history check.
Sure.
All of us?
Anybody who wants to determine if they know Mel.
I rolled a 16 plus 2 and 18.
I rolled a 7.
Yep, and Merina rolled a 5, so I don't remember this guy at all.
Well, let me ask you first. Do you think you guys have come here to eat before?
I mean, if it's nearby and it's good food, possibly, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I decided earlier today that Marina's been with the gang for like 6 or 7 months, maybe. So maybe
Okay.
not that many times, but possibly.
Been here for 3 years. I've probably eaten here before.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got 2 no's and a yes.
Oh, I would have eaten here.
Okay, so
For sure. If I've been here for like 2 years, so I've probably been here with Jin.
I've probably, taken Spark to eat here. Been like,
Yeah.
oh, I gotta show you this great breakfast place in town.
you would know like the place, but only Jin has like interacted with Mel at all.
Okay.
Just due to the fact that Mel is usually in the back, making the food, that like most people don't really interact with him. But Mel is always kind of peeking out. He knows who his customers are, and is very much like, part. If you run an eatery in like a small neighborhood,
you know everybody.
Yeah, they might not know you, but you know them.
So Jen will be like, hey, Mel, so I heard you haven't paid your protection fees. What's going on, buddy? Is there something we can do to help? Is there an issue?
Sorry. It's been crazy around here, and I could not get away. And honestly, I didn't realize it was that late in the month. Time just keeps flying. Can you give me like a minute? And he walks into the back, and then about like 5 minutes later, he comes back with like a sack, and hands it to you, and goes, I'm sorry. Like I appreciate what you guys do. It's, so much going on around town with the bake off and everything happening in town. It's hard to.
There's a bake off?
Oh, the Baldur's Gate bake off going on uptown. I mean, we only get so much traffic with people passing through on their way up there, but it's a big event, yearly. We don't, we cater to, the people who like to hang out down here, but we definitely get more traffic during this time of year. So
is this a pie type of situation?
I mean, it's a baking competition. I guess I don't know what this year's theme is.
Oh, okay.
But
Can you find out?
we gotta find out.
Fuck this protection thing. We're going to the pickoff.
New quest unlocked.
All right. Well, we appreciate you, Mel. If you need anything, let us know. We're here to help.
And he just kind of smiles and goes, you take care of yourself. I've been hearing there's weird stuff going on with the ball boys, but things been good here. So I appreciate what you guys do.
Weird stuff with the ball boys?
Are the ball boys another gang? And I just haven't memorized them.
The ball boys are another gang.
Really into tennis.
I shared with you guys off session a map of your neighbors.
You did.
Sure did.
I didn't memorize it.
Which
I remember looking at it specifically because I remember seeing the Allisons listed on there.
You guys will know, just like I'm not gonna have you roll for it. You will know that your neighbors, you are basically like smack dab in the center of the neighborhood of Brampton, and to the left of you, towards the water, is the Allisons. To the north of you, covering probably a largest section, is the Black Masks, one of the more like shitty gangs of the area that basically like rule through terror. Next to them is the punks. They're kind of diagonal from you. And then to the southeast is the ball boys. And just like a tiny zone to the south of you is the orphans. They're like barely a gang. They're basically just like a group of kids who phased out of the orphanages. Like they hit 18 and they have like nowhere else to go, and they've basically just taken to like pickpocketing and stuff like that. If you do give me a good enough history check, I will tell you one more detail about the orphans.
I got a 7 + 2 is 9.
I got a 22.
I also got a 9.
Merina will have heard Linda kind of mention it offhand at one point, that the territory that the orphans operate out of is basically the Crimson Claws, but Claw has basically kind of like allowing them to do their thing, just of like out of a like level of pity of like, as long as they don't hurt anyone, if they're not up to anything bad, like what's it hurt if they're stealing a little food here and there. So Merina would know that Claw is basically like allowing them to operate there.
Do we know anything about the ball boys?
Give me a history check.
Oh my goodness.
History check will basically be anything if you want to know about a gang, history check will determine if you know it.
I got a 9.
Man, we should get different dice.
I know, mine are doing good right now. I got a 20.
I got a 3.
Marina's being
I'm so knowledgeable.
Despite being the newest.
Yeah.
I took to the streets.
She pays attention.
During her stand-up routines, people just kind of come up and they're like,
telling me secrets.
I'm from the Ball Boys, and this is our whole thing.
They tried to recruit me.
Yeah, Merina came into town at every gang's just like, hey, you want to join us? We're the Ball
Here's
Boys.
Our pitch.
Orphans had a shitty pitch.
You say the ball boys have a pitch? Like,
oh wow!
But it is BHAAL boys.
Ow.
And Merina will know that these are a gang of Ball worshippers, the Ball being the god of murder. Baldur's Gate has long been like associated, like it's kind of had these like cults worshipping Ball due to some history. At one point, Ball like had a bunch of kids and they all tried to kill each other, and it was kind of a big deal that happened in Baldur's Gate. So there's been a lot of like Ball worshippers hanging out in the zone, and they kind of, due to Baldur's Gate kind of having this like, hey, we're all in gangs, the ball worshippers were like, well, we're the ball boys and we're over here. So that's their deal.
They should hire a PR guy. Spark is gonna think real hard because she's not thinking very well lately, apparently. Do you remember what about that guy? I don't know if I was part of this conversation actually, but we're gonna plow ahead. Wasn't there some guy last night who said he was part of some new thing? I wonder if that's the ball boys problem.
We definitely had that conversation
that
loudly.
Like, small, sweaty guy that smelled bad or something. What was his deal? He was in like some new gang with something.
Some fisherman's shit? I don't remember.
Yeah, maybe. But I wonder if that's like the ball boys problem is if they got to deal with that guy and their, territory strife.
Do you know anything about his problem, the ball boys' problems, Mel?
I ain't got too much knowledge about what's happening over there. I kind of focus on my neighborhood, take care of my people, like you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
So I just hear some people kind of crossing over, come for breakfast and just say that things sound kind of rough over in their territory. But I mean, they're ball worshippers. What do you expect?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
There.
probably infighting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You live by the murder, you die by the murder.
You die by murder. Okay.
That's the motto.
Jim wants to know if they're like does he have like pre-made pastries or something?
He is basically just kind of like eggs and bacon and
Okay.
not too much. Like he so you ask him about pastries and he kind of like looks a little sad and he goes, I never could take to bacon.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
no.
People always come in for the bake off and they stop here and they go like, "Oh, Mel, when you gonna enter the bake off?" And I just ain't good at that.
Oh.
Okay. Well, Mel, we've had a great time. We're gonna get out of here.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got
If you
stuff
guys
to
are
do.
good to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do you guys want to head now?
What's closest?
That one.
Hardware Harry's is the closest.
All right.
From so, you guys have been working your way out, or you've been working your way in?
Out, I guess.
Out because we're going further as we go.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
We didn't intend to, but we are.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Should we do history checks for if we know Harry?
Sure. If
probably.
If at any point you guys want to be like, hey, I want to know what I know about this, just roll me a history check. I'll tell you.
17 plus 2, 19. Damn, we all know Harry.
15. He's a popular guy.
Merina got 17.
You guys know that this place used to be owned by a Harry, but he is long since retired.
Oh no.
Okay.
I miss him.
Damn, Harry was a champ.
Yeah.
Who owns it now?
Jin knows that Byron and Barbarella are the owners.
Jim
All
knows
right.
everybody in town.
I've been here a long time,
That's
Yeah.
true.
That makes sense.
You guys want to go in?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
We're gonna go in and we'll stand there menacingly.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
counter, hey, Byron and Barbarella here?
They
One of them?
Barbarella, you will recognize is standing behind the counter. It is a hardware store. It is around you is axes and hammers and nails, and Spark might have even stopped here while they were putting together their bed.
Yeah. Very knowledgeable.
I think Jin kind of like elbows Marina. I was like, it's time for you to take the lead.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Hey, we noticed that we hadn't gotten your money this month for protection. Is there a problem? Well,
Are you the Claws?
you don't know who we are? Yes, we're the Claws.
Obviously.
It's Merina.
They kind of like look a little hesitant, and they go, sorry, we're we took over the store, and I guess we heard that we were supposed to pay, but we didn't know the procedure.
Oh, I see.
We got to start handing out work instructions to people.
Okay.
Right?
So you didn't get the pamphlet. Okay.
Yeah. So you were who we were supposed to pay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Mhm.
Marina, well, Becker's, no, Marina, give me an insight check.
Oh no!
Yikes.
I rolled a 5.
Um,
I mean, you lying? She lying?
they just look like very nervous about the situation. Like they look like they like messed up, and they're like, are like, oh no.
Okay. All right.
Well,
Well,
did
there's
you say they took over for
Harry?
Harry?
It's you know Harry has retired. You don't know, I guess, precisely how long ago that was. You just like, you guys all know Harry, so you know that like he had retired. You had heard that, like, oh, you guys hear Harry retired, and you're like, oh man, I love him. He sold me my hammer that I made my bed with. It was great.
Wow.
Look at that hammer, hasn't failed me yet.
Yeah. Okay.
all right, ma'am. Well, that's okay. You can just pay us now, like right now. That would be fine.
Like right now.
She kind of like looks at like the till, and then she goes, Byron, Byron, the claw. Am I allowed to say your guys' name?
Yep, that's
don't-
fine.
Byron, the claws are here, and they want the protection money.
Just don't say it 3 times, or you'll summon something.
Yeah.
She just kind of goes like, I think he's asleep. And she just kind of like opens the till, and goes, and then just like grabs out like 10 gold pieces, and just kind of like hands it to you.
What's the correct amount?
The 10 is
Okay.
the
Okay.
Okay.
It's like, are we gonna have to call Linda? Like,
and just kind of like hands it to you.
Okay.
try to remember next month.
The proper procedure is you put it all in a bag, and then you like put a star on it, and then you put it at a place that is called the right place.
There's a drop box. It's
There's
like
a drop box.
yeah, it's like dry cleaning, but for money.
Right.
Yeah. It's money laundering.
Barbarella just kind of goes, yeah, we'll remember. Sorry.
I just would really hate for something to happen because you weren't being protected, you know? It would be awful.
Are you trying to intimidate her?
No. Maybe a little bit.
Roll. Oh, okay. If you're trying to intimidate, roll intimidate. If you're trying to not intimidate, roll persuasion.
I think I am kind of intimidating.
Okay, then roll me intimidate.
23.
Oh,
I think you're definitely
She's
intimidating. Oh fuck.
Roll me insight again.
Okay. Oh, this time it's 22.
How do you like look intimidating?
I think it's more just the fact that I'm in a gang. It's not necessarily me. It's just like something will happen to you. Like, you know,
Well,
like,
do you like kind of like adjust your body in any way as you say that, or do you just
I'll
kind
lean
of
in
like,
a little bit. That's all. Just
okay,
kinda-
as you kind of like lean in and kind of say that, she kind of like locks eyes with you, and then you see her very briefly look towards the door kind of leading towards like this back room behind her. And then she just kind of goes, sorry, it won't happen again.
Okay, sounds good. I think we should just do our regularly scheduled thing that we always do, which is check the whole premises for things, just in case
For
there might be
safety.
for safety. Yep.
Harry didn't tell us about that.
He seems to have forgotten a few things. He didn't tell you how to pay us, and then he didn't tell you about just the very regularly scheduled checks that we do every time. Yep. So
Harry was getting old, forgetful. That's why he retired.
not Harry.
Good guy.
Great guy.
He sold me a hammer.
What do you do next?
I'm just gonna walk straight for that door and reach out for the handle.
As you start making your way towards that door, it swings open, and out comes a small child. Not like, about 19. I say 19-year-old. Like, I go to a college campus now, and I'm like, God, you're all like babies now. I remember when I was in college, you were all adults.
19-year-old
All
as a
children.
small
Child.
child.
I was like, what?
No, I feel
He's-
it though.
He does look like fairly malnutritioned. So like he's like, looks smaller than a 19-year-old normally would, but he is we're gonna just say that you can clock him at being around 19.
Okay.
Is he a human? Is Barbarella a human? Did we
Yeah,
ask that?
Barbarella's a human, and also the person that just walked out is also a human.
Hey there. What's up? I'm Merina.
Roll me persuasion.
Oh, I'm a good persuader. Okay. I rolled an 11, which is actually an 18 because I'm a boss at persuasion.
You guys could just say your final number.
I just wanted to say I was a boss at persuasion.
Okay. As you kind of greet them, they kind of look up at you because Marina's pretty short.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say that they're like roughly your height, just due to like how malnutritioned they have been, and they just kind of like look up and go, "What are you doing here?"
We're just hanging out. What are you doing here? Who are you?
You see, actually, give me perception. You see nothing.
17 perception.
No, okay. You see something like he's got kind of a longer sleeve shirt, but you see something that looks like it's like writhing underneath his like arm, like the like something moving underneath his clothes. And as you kind of take a look, a little like snake pops out of his like shirt on near his wrist.
I'm gonna take a few steps back because I don't want to be in the front if something happens. I'm gonna say, "What you got there? What you got there, pal? What's that?"
As you ask that, another snake pops out of his other wrist and kind of like spring towards you. And as they fly through the air, they suddenly turn into imps. Roll for initiative.
Yay! I got 20.
I got 11.
14.
As these imps transform in the air, Barbarella ducks behind the counter, and the child, the teenager, I start calling him a teenager.
I guess that's what they're called.
A rather old one as well.
the
Barely
teenager grabs for a small stick that he had on his back, and combat will begin next session.
Cool.
Yay.